I recommend you stick around to see our next act, ladies and gentlemen. She's come all the way from Scotland. She's an incredible performance poet. I've been watching her on YouTube the past few days since I knew she was coming in here. And you're about to see something very, very special. She'll explain more about herself and where you can find her stuff online. But for the moment, will you please give a massive, massive welcome to Gruer.
My name is Gruer. I'm from Inverness in the Scottish Highlands, and recently I've been working with a group of young people up there who've been deemed the unemployable youth, and they're just out of care, just out of the prison system, or in a homeless and vulnerable situation. And one day I kind of went into the workshop that I was leading, and one of the guys said to me, "Hey Al, you know how you're a poet? Why don't you write a poem about my hood?" So I said, "Okay, tomorrow I'll come in and I'll perform a poem." So this is called Hoods. I learnt not to care for care or dare to foster dreams. There was rhythm to my life. Mum was a black blue beaten wife. Sister took own life, and Dad was all I had, but alcohol had all of Dad. So don't assume I care for care, or ever could, and I wear my lack of care for care under my hoodie hood. But you'll find we all hide under hoods of different kinds. And no matter what hood we're under, we feel misunderstood. And I'm a widow, but you wouldn't know, because I preheat my smile for it not to show. I knead my need to be kneaded into cookie dough. And I bake for neighbourhood luncheons, community functions, all occasions, baking all butter scones and scones with raisins. But since my partner passed, I've masked the half-heartbeat of widowhood, and I wear my need to be needed under my cooker hood. But you'll find we all hide under hoods of different kinds, and no matter what hood we're under, we feel misunderstood. I park my soft-top convertible outside the Spar, but I never made it as a sports star. I haven't owned that classy bar. I've not rocked out on a stage guitar. My business plans never got very far. And now I'm trapped in an office job and charcoal suit, taking ready meals for one out of my fancy car boot. And I wear my midlife crisis under my convertible car hood. But you'll find we all hide under hoods of different kinds, and no matter what hood we're under, we feel misunderstood. And I'm a mother of 4, you see. Now I dream in Lunchables of Dairy Lee, holidays where kids go free, and I know every line from Toy Story 3. I've perfected balancing 4 kids on 2 knees, but I wear my help. Somewhere I've lost me under the busyness of motherhood. But you'll find we all hide under hoods of different kinds, and no matter what hood we're under, we feel misunderstood. And there's a likelihood, if you Google hood, the list will include your hood, or so it should. Whether it was being rude in your childhood, or a feud that tore a sisterhood. Maybe it was a romance in your girlhood, or the bromance of a brotherhood. Maybe you were named infertile by motherhood, or feel a failure in your fatherhood. So you've buried yourself in the neighbourhood, or tried to fit in servanthood. Maybe in your adulthood you haven't experienced a spinsterhood, or joined up for the priesthood, but at the very least you should have a hood, as every person has a personhood. So whether you're on Happy Meals or Meals on Wheels, there's no need for me to remind. We all hide under hoods of different kinds, and no matter what hood we're under, we feel misunderstood. So I'm a full-time poet, and in doing that I like to do kind of challenges every year. So for 2011, every week for a year I wrote a psalm, so like a biblical psalm, a meditation on the character of God. This year, every Thursday, I'm doing a thing called 3-Line Thursdays. So I write 3 lines of poetry every Thursday, and they go out in a Facebook group, and people can sign up and they get sent to their email inboxes. So if you're interested in doing that, just need to send an email to me Thursdays and I'll give you the details at the end. But I'll just give you a couple of 3-line Thursdays. War had no right, just a left. It left the shells of hollow men. I'll say it again. War had no right, just a left. It left the shells of hollowed men. Another one. This one. So denture friendly. Why aren't frubes marketed at the over 70s? This next one is I really like to give voice to brokenness of humanity and really ask us all to enter into just examining different parts of our hearts. And this is an issue that's really come up so much recently, and it's on human trafficking. And this is called Trafficked, a victim of people. What people do is not so far apart from the condition of their heart. And from this ordeal, what I came to find is that bound people bind people, caged people cage people, enslaved people enslave people, damaged people damage people, because hurt people hurt people. What people do is not so far apart from the condition of their heart. From this ordeal, what I choose to remind people is that found people can find people, healed people heal people, redeemed people redeem people, restore people restore people, loved people love people, hope-filled people fill hope in people, because free people free people. So what people do is not so far apart from the condition of their heart. Unfortunately, it seems that the abusers are the relentless, 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 not the ones trying to save us. Save us, save us. If the ones fighting against this had had the same persistence in this instance, it would have made all the difference. What people do is not so far apart from the condition of their heart. From this ordeal, hear my very real plea. Free people, please, free people. In this season ahead in my life, one thing I really want to do is learn to love better. And so I decided to write a love song for my future love using something I love. And I don't know if you'll agree, but I think lemon drizzle cake is by far the superior of lemon desserts. So this is called the Lemon Drizzle Love Song. Well-meaning people like to throw me pity parties, saying it must be hard for your heart to know such aloneness, almost like it is the bitter taste. It's been so long since you even had a date. But I felt the need to explain it so their brains could retain it, that I am willing to wait. You see, something you perceive to be so bitter, like a lemon, I will receive as something so sweet. And my love, we haven't met yet, but I don't think it will be long, so I wrote you a lemon drizzle love song, showing that something so bitter will become something so sweet. And this is the recipe of our romance. And you can excuse the puns of ingredients, but our love will become like a lemon drizzle cake. And you will take the first step and risk to whisk me away. You will bring flowers exactly as it should be. And you won't need to butter me up, knowing that I won't sponge from you. And we'll be the zest we've ever met. Synchronizing in our rising, the timing of us will be the icing of us. And this will give us a rich consistency to resist defeat, because love enlisted this, don't you see? And I don't know who we are, but I know what we are not. And we are not the shop-bought lemon compote. We are not a gonna go gooey in a tub lemon syllabub. We are not the hard-based factory fake taste lemon cheesecake. And we are not going to go flat in a pan like lemon flan. We are not a melt on a heated day lemon sorbet. We are not a fancy sort of Marks and Spencer's lemon tart. We are not the dry puff of lemon meringue pie. We are the real stuff, you and I. Why? Because our lemon drizzle love is from above. And you'll confess the times that you lusted for lemon tarts that you trusted and they broke your heart. And I'll forgive this, for in forgiveness we remove the bitterness and taste the sweetness. And I'll tell you about that thing that was more of a cheap fling with that Mr. Kipling. And you'll forgive this, for in forgiveness we remove the bitterness and taste the sweetness. And if we start to go stale, we won't fight over who is meant to keep us airtight. Going a little stale isn't wrong. It's just another verse in the Lemon Drizzle love song. And I don't know who we are, but I know what we are not, and we are not a shop-bought lemon compote. We are not a gooey in a tub lemon syllabub. We are not the hard-based factory fake taste lemon cheesecake. And we are not going to go flat in a pan like lemon flan. We are not a melt on a heated day lemon sorbet. We are not a fancy Marks and Spencer sort of lemon tart. And we are not the dry puff of lemon meringue pie. We are the real stuff, you and I. Why? Because our lemon drizzle love is from above. My love, we are made with real lemon peel. A handmade, God-ordained, nothing fake lemon drizzle cake. And our love might be a little rough round the edges, but you can cut a big wedge from us and there is enough for everyone. Our love is one that is so over the brim that we don't fit in your average cake tin. And so, my love, until we meet, I'll put the Lemon Drizzle love song on repeat. And well-meaning people who throw me pity parties. It may be a long time since I even had a date. But well-meaning people, this is why I'm willing to wait. Something you perceive to be so bitter, I will receive as something so sweet. Because I don't know who we are, but I know what we are not. And we are not a shop-bought lemon compote. We are not a gooey in a tub lemon syllabub. We are not the hard-based factory fake taste lemon cheesecake. And we are not going to go flat in a pan like lemon flan. We are not a melt on a heated day lemon sorbet. And we are not a fancy Marks and Spencer sort of lemon tart. And we are not the dry puff of lemon meringue pie. We are the real stuff, you and I. Why? Because our lemon drizzle love is from above.